Ladies and gentlemen, we should be live. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. You should know me by now, seeing that we're now in Saudi. It's round 9, it's Formula 2. My name is Jamie Perry, but you can call me Helix, or Leafy, or Helix Leafy, whatever you want to call me. And I can now officially say I am your main commentator for Formula 2. It is great to be here on a lovely 3:30 in the morning time schedule. Round of applause, everyone. Round of applause for the 3:30 in the morning time zone. Right. Classic Helix Things needs to do a little audio test. And then it's go time. But hopefully we are all well on this lovely Friday night. Hopefully we are all enjoying ourselves, all having fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited, man. It's another day for racing here in House of Racing. I need to see the last comments not popping up on Twitch. Excuse the lack of screen. 3:30. You what? Yeah. Hello, SpongeStar, and hello once again. It is, yes, indeed 3:30. Sorry for the lack of screen. Now you can see stuff. How are we, ladies and gentlemen? Hello, Alfie. How are you? How are you? Welcome to Friday's stream, ladies and gentlemen. So, once again, I'll reintroduce myself. Why are you doing that to yourself? 'Cause I love commentary too much to not do it. It's as simple as that. Right, let's get this underway. So, my name is Jamie Perry, but everyone knows me as Helix or Leafy or Helix Leafy, whatever you like. It's Friday and it's F2 today, so enjoy the stream because we're gonna be here a while. It's gonna feel even longer for me, but it's all a part of the ride, ladies and gentlemen. And officially, I am your main commentator for Formula 2 now. So, from now on, you're going to see me up at 3:30 in the morning torturing myself. Not really. Welcome. Welcome. I see the viewers dropping in. So, welcome everyone to the stream. It's F2, baby. It is F2 time. Championship shouting at the end of the race. Championship shout. Maybe take out the shouting. I'm not trying to get beaten by my parents, please. But yeah, it's an exciting day for racing. It's great to be back. You have no idea how happy I am to be back commentating. It's been a while, I'd say. But I'm more than happy to be back. I'm elated. I think it's going to be an exciting, good couple of hours of racing, or an hour and 30, whatever it is. I mean, let's be honest, we're going to get safety cars. It's Saudi Arabia. 25 laps of action. It's going to be chaos. But that's what Formula 2 is all about. It's all about chaos, I guess. All I want from you is Alfie rounds the final corner to win the championship. Alright, I got you. I got you. I got you. No problemo, Mr. Alfie. Right. Probably getting some final drivers coming in, so not too far away from racing here in Saudi Arabia. K1 is supposed to be co-commentating with me, by the way. I'm supposed to have a co-commentator, but he is airing me. I have been ignored. So hopefully he shows up maybe in like a couple of minutes. I'm not 100% sure. I hope for an Alfie DNF to win the championship. So Gabby, 3+ safety cars incoming. Yeah, that's it. It's probably what's gonna happen. You know what? We're probably gonna get some type of missile attack near the track as well. I mean, yeah. This is the long part of the day. I'm sorry, I'm not as energetic as I normally am. I have some good news for all you people currently watching the Formula 2 stream. I'm going to be co-commentating with Ryan for Formula 1, so you're going to see a lot more of an energetic me ready to commentate, so people better be on their best behavior. There is multiple FIA members spectating today. Shoot, do you want to know something? I'm an FIA member. Which also benefits because I'm also a commentator, so it kind of gives me an outside perspective. So it seems we're all readying up to go into qualifying for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix here in Formula 2. Oh, that makes 3 of us. Yeah, I saw Chimpa as well. Right. Enough about Twitch chat. Enough talking and messing about, because it's time for qualifying here in Saudi Arabia, and everyone will need to focus. Everyone will need to be laser-eyed every single corner, every single apex. Tire. No. Yes. Yes. Fastest lap. Yeah. Ooh, I'm going. Nah, I want a gap. Yeah. Lovely. Sponge Star, good luck, everyone. Gabby, cheers, mate. You too. Okay. So, everyone in the pits. I'm guessing doing some type of strategy or some type of setup of some sort, but no one has come out. I wonder if it's also down to nerves on the streets of Jeddah, on the streets of Saudi Arabia. But we have no movement in the camp. Just... Oh, hello, we have a pit member walking out, and we have our first car, and it is Gabby. Exciting times for House of Racing. First driver to take the leap of faith into the streets of Jeddah, into the streets of Saudi Arabia, where you need full focus 24/7. And then, as you can see, we see York behind in the Mercedes, rounding off that corner nicely, nice and tight, and you see the Alfa Romeo of Gabby just ahead. So, lots of work for lots of drivers to do. There's the Alfa Romeo of Gabby. See if we can get a different driver. HDBW. I might just say HB or HD to keep it simple. So, this Mercedes, both Mercedes, could have a potential chance at a victory, at a podium. I mean, then look at Smoke Wisp as well. Had some decent drives, had some bad drives. And that's with a lot of Formula 2 drivers in this, I guess, division of racing, as you like. It's almost the chaos division, but I'm here for it. I love it. So, K1 has come in on Discord saying he'll be a bit late, so no issues with that. So let's go over to York, because he's the closest to starting his lap. So he's gonna go full throttle into the final braking zone, round off that hairpin, and try not to pull a Max Verstappen, get close to the wall as possible. And now he's gonna go pedal to the metal across that timing line, and he starts his first lap. And it seems we have a yellow flag. It's probably just to let a driver by. We're probably going to see a lot of yellow flags, and Jono has left the session but has not DNF, so probably some type of internet issue on his behalf. Into the first corner goes the Mercedes of York, and nice and clean so far. Seems to be rounding off every corner with eagle-eyed vision. Doesn't go over any track limits, keeping it nice and tight, and the Mercedes is on fire in this first couple of corners. They go into the winding corner here. There's a bit of elevation, eventually starts to dip again. You have to get nice and close to that wall, then let the wheel open itself back up. And York seems to be on a flyer at the moment. I mean, you also have to give leniency because he's the only one in front. Oh, well, he's the first one to start his lap, so I guess in a way he's gonna get purples. Either way, the Mercedes cruising through the corners of Saudi Arabia. It's your boy Alfie, your current Formula 2 world champion, by the way. Or will be Formula 2 world champion. I'm still kind of confused on how that's working. Either way, York comes around the final corner, breaks into the corner nice and tight, doesn't pull a Verstappen, and it's your boy Alfie has completely left the session into the straight. No issues for the Mercedes, didn't go over track limits, and that is a 130.3 for the Mercedes. So here comes the Red Bull of O'Delaney, gets P3 with a 132.8, so nearly 2 seconds, or is 2 seconds off, so something must have happened in that lap for the Red Bull. There's HD crossing the line with a 132.2, 6/10 quicker than the Red Bull, but still a hefty way off the rest of the pack. There's Edo Ita, who, if I'm not wrong, is a reserve. If not, congrats on the Alpine seat. Currently also finishing up their lap with a 131.6. Let's go down the pack a little, where if we go to Sam Ross, we can see that he's on his fast lap right now, coming up to the final couple of corners, cruising, not too much to hassle. A car gets out of the way, gets very close to the wall. Now he can let go of that steering wheel, cruise to the timing line, and he gets he sticks it on pole with a 129.4, 5/10 quicker. Wow, what a lap from the Williams for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. So Jono on an out lap. He's on medium compounds. I don't know what his game plan is. He's definitely going to start P15 if he's doing that. So let's go over to I'm Dom. And if I'm not wrong, Saudi Arabia is his last opportunity for the World Championship. I think he has to win it at Abu Dhabi, but if only one thing goes right for It's Your Boy Alfie, it is critical for I'm Dom. So I'm Dom now starts his fast lap. So let's go through this lap, shall we? So through the first corner, nice and clean, doesn't have any issues with track limits. You want to get as close to that corner as possible, nearly touching the barrier, and that is him touching the barrier, getting a red track, and that will be him most likely slowing down. That is it for I'm Dom on that particular lap, and has a spin but doesn't retire, luckily. So Sponge Star DRS activated, also has a red sector, and unfortunately that will see his lap not come to tuition. So unfortunate for the Haas. It's your boy Alfie, your potential Formula 2 world champion, if not is Formula 2 world champion. I'm still kind of confused on that whole situation. Now starts his fast lap into the first corner. Not too many issues, no red sectors, meaning he has not invalidated his lap. Continues on, pedal to the metal, full acceleration. Alfie is the champ. Mathematically, he cannot be caught, goes Jenga Boy. That means that you are currently looking at your Formula 2 world champion. So, that clears things up then. Let's continue commentating then. So, your Formula 2 world champion, it's your boy Alfie, currently going into the winding, elevating corner. You get a nice grandstand view there. Eventually you get up to full throttle, pedal to the metal, still in extremely tight corners. You never rest around Jeddah. It is always tight, it is always focused. And until you cross that timer line, until you see that checkered flag, you cannot rest. So the Ferrari of It's Your Boy Alfie cruising through the S's, eventually getting up to the braking zone, trying to carry as much speed as possible. No issues with track limits, and he seems to be on a speed of a lap. And the Ferrari is really starting to connect things together. He hasn't had any purples though, so he isn't currently going for fastest, but a good lap can mean anything. A good lap could mean anything because it's not quickest, so where will the Ferrari finish? It's getting very close to the 130s. He crosses the line with a 130.5. That puts him P6, the Formula 2 world champion, behind, well, 5 other drivers. And that seems very Will Buxton of me. So there's the Alfa Romeo of Gabby, who seems to be going quite slow, probably coming into the pits. And it seems Scotty Boy's on a fast lap, potentially could have invalidated the last one. Actually, no, that can't be true, because otherwise he wouldn't have set a lap. The 3 drivers, or, well, I guess the 4 drivers who haven't set a lap is rather on an out lap, or is in the pits. Sorry, I got distracted by a Twitch message saying Priv pole on my debut. Well, potentially for Sam Ross in the Williams, yeah, a 129.4, once again 5/10 ahead of the Haas of Chesney, so doing a great job there. So the Alfa Romeo of Scotty Boy coming around the final corners. Doesn't seem he's been going particularly fast, so I don't expect him to go any quicker than he has already gone. York going wide at that corner. I think he's just letting his teammate by. So let's go over to HD. It seemed the car was going slow, probably just letting another car by. There's HD going into the elevating corner. Nice grandstand there. Gets very wide, potentially to get more grip and to potentially get more lap time, and that was most likely a spin from an Alfa Romeo. I don't know if it was Gabby or Scotty Boy. We're going to continue with this Mercedes lap, but oh, and that is a spin from the Mercedes, and we have someone joining the party. And it is K1 or Khalifa, however you want to say it.
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, what's up guys? How you guys doing? How about you, Felix?
I'm good, yeah.
I can please love you again. I just sent you a request.
You have a bit of an echo on you. Yeah. Jenga boy bringing up echo.
Hold on.
And Mercedes having another spin, so HD having some issues on his part. Gabby comes into the pits for the Alfa Romeo, and unfortunate because he hasn't really had the best qualifying so far, only a 130.3, but ahead of the Formula 2 world champion itzyaboiialfie. But is he just resting because he knows that the job is done and he's already secured an F1 seat potentially? So here's the Mercedes of York, who, if we have a look, looks more like a missile, for the fact that he has a lack of front wing on the front of him, and it seems his teammate may have something similar. Anyway, let's go to the Haas, who seems to have a whole car put together. I mean, his DRS is wide open, probably getting a decent amount of time gained into the last corner. Brakes very close to that apex, eventually full throttle once again. He's going to go to the timing line, crosses that line, and doesn't improve with a 129.7. Actually, he's improved by a 1/10, not too bad. Sam Ross still on a 129.408. There's the McLaren of Jono, who isn't on an out lap, but isn't going particularly fast, or is it? I mean, the time up in the corner is saying something different, and maybe that time is correct because the McLaren has just had a spin at the final corner, and that has not gone well for those fresh, soft compounds for the McLaren. Yellow flags, probably just letting drivers by, seeing it is qualifying. 6 minutes left on the clock. No one has been able to beat the Williams of Sam Ross's time so far with a 129.4. Ozaswaza getting very close to the wall there after the winding turn at the grandstands. Eventually gets into the next braking zone, trying to carry as much speed as possible, and it seems his grip is fading away on those softs already, potentially a lack of temperature. Now he goes into the next couple of corners, starting to connect things up potentially. Hasn't gone over track limits, probably needing to be laser-eyed focus. Hits the barrier, trying to get as close as possible, and that is I'm done with a 5-grid penalty for illegal blocking. So if we can get a closer look, and as you can see, he has been potentially blocking that Mercedes, that is going to be detrimental to I'm Dom's race. And here comes the Aston Martin crossing the line and gets P10 with a 132.080 of Osaswaza. So that's going to be very interesting for I'm Don, who now has a 5 grid place penalty. And how will that affect the Aston Martin's final result here at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix? So Jono P15. Sam Ross, yet to improve, but does he even need to improve? Well, here's something we need to know. He's on fresh soft compounds, so it seems he wants to improve. And there is my man K1 finally joining the session, and hopefully the next time his mic unmutes, it is not got such an echo. Hopefully. Right, radio check.
Hello?
Radio check. I'm not hearing an echo anymore, so that's good.
Alright, I just lowered the volume, so maybe that's the why it's an echo.
Potentially, yeah. Right. So, we have 4 minutes left of qualifying, so you haven't missed too much action. What we do know so far is that Sam Ross, on his next fastest lap on fresh soft compounds, currently seems to be speeding through these corners, potentially going faster than his current fastest lap of a 129.4 into the final section, and all he needs to do is not hit a barrier and he could have a really good lap on his hands. He's going to come around the final corner, DRS activated, into the braking zone. Acceleration on, he's going to go to the timing line. And it's a 135.2, cannot improve. By the way, if you ever need to speak, just speak over me and then I'll stop.
Alright.
Yeah. So there's a Mercedes of York, who seems to be on a new fast lap. Fresh soft compounds again.
Approaching the DRS. Opens up. Gaining lots of speed. He's losing a bit of battery. But it pulls off with the perfect sector 2. Now approaching into the final corner, opens up the DRS once again. And he's slowly losing battery, tons of battery actually. And he approaches the final corner. And down goes the straight, gets the better exit, opens up the DRS. Is he going to improve? Is he going to get provisional pole? No, not quite. It's 1 minute 30.0.
Yep, and York stays P3 for now. The Mercedes just cannot find the time to improve. Let's go down a little bit. We can see Scotty Boy has also invalidated another lap. And on fresh soft, it seems only 1 lap old, so unfortunate for the Alfa Romeos, will stay in P5 for now. And Gabby seems to be on a fast lap right now, 0 lap tyres, but lifting, so potentially coming into the pits. Something must have gone wrong, maybe some type of damage on an M plate. There's the AlphaTauri of Smoke Wisp cruising through some of these corners, getting very close to track limits. Into the winding corner now, trying to carry as much speed as, trying to get as much grip as possible. It is a track popular for spins and crashes. Yellow flag in sector 2. There's a Mercedes, and yes, I am correct in saying that HD has retired from the session.
Yeah, not sure if that's purposely or he just crashed, but hopefully not purposely though.
No, hopefully not purposely. We had something like that in Brazil. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. So yeah, that is HD, and that's Jono as well. And SpongeStar has had a spin as well, doing some type of donut maneuver, trying to get him in the right direction. So Chaos already at Saudi Arabia, and both Hasses getting way too close for comfort.
As the Mercedes cuts the track into the pit lane, has no damage whatsoever. And he just hits the speed board. Accidentally, I don't know what's happened there, but yeah, he's slowed down literally at the final corner.
Yeah, it seems the Mercedes was just trying to gain as much time as possible to make sure he can get back on track, as quick as possible.
So itzyaboiialfie just turns his lap, trying to probably get in top 5 or probably provincial pole as the F2 World Champion. Congrats to him, by the way, for winning.
Yeah, congrats. I've been working on a little edited video for him. He'll see that tomorrow as a little gift.
Yeah,
so.
definitely.
So now he comes around a couple of these corners. Sorry, if you were saying something, continue.
No, go on. I was going to say anything.
Now he's gone through the area where they used to be on DRS, and Chesney apparently was on a flyer, but now Chesney has screwed it up for himself, and also Swazza has retired from the session, so something happening with the Aston Martin. I don't know if we can get any clips of that Haas of Sponge Stone.
Oh yeah, he must have crashed by the tail of the, you can tell by the Alpine.
Yeah.
He just drove past. Yeah, he seems to have like lots of damage on his car, like maybe he just gave up. But the Alpine driver gets the fastest sector too.
Alpine.
He approaches final corner.
And this is going to get very interesting. Is Ito going to improve, potentially snatch Sam Ross's pole position that he's had for such a long time this session? Gets DRS, he's going to cross it. No, he's not going to go to the timing line. He's going to come into the pits. So this is looking very good for Sam Ross. We have the Alfa Romeo of Gabby to still cross that timing line. I don't know if they're fresh softs or not. DRS is going to activate. Can Gabby improve? Crosses the timing line. It does not improve. It's only P7. And Matko is the only one that could potentially improve, but 2-lap old softs, I don't think there's anything they can do. Oko's P8, but not enough. So that is Sam Ross with a 129.4, 3/10 quicker than Chesney. What a lap from Sam Ross.
And itzyaboiialfie jumped into P3. That's incredible for him.
Yeah, great job from the Formula 2 World Champion. He now will have expectations when he heads into Formula 1 next season. And that is a pole on debut for Sam Ross. Great job. And of course, I'm Dom with a 5-place penalty after blocking the Mercedes.
Yeah, that's for sure. So Sam Ross got provisional pole in the Williams. First of all, maybe I'm surprised that he actually got the pole. Like,
yeah, on debut as well.
Yeah, that's just crazy. And choosing Harrison Haas in P3. I mean, sorry, P2. itzyaboiialfie in the Ferrari F2 champion is starting P3. And we're Joachim Mercedes P4, and I'm Tom in Aston Martin P5.
Yeah. So, no more talking. No more fighting. It is time for the race here in House of Racing for Formula 2 in Saudi Arabia. And I think some easy predictions I'm seeing is a crash or two, some safety cars, and maybe some potential will-to-will racing. Maybe we're going to see some clean fighting. Highly doubt. Hold up, K1, can we quickly try something? Yeah, it seems you've seen the message. We're just, if you're wondering why K1's not talking, we're quickly seeing if the echo is bouncing from me. It shouldn't be. Yeah, I think it's from you.
What, you hear echo from me or what?
Hold up, okay, I think I need to mute and see if it's me that's like making the echo bounce off, so hold up.
Okay.
Hopefully that answers Josh's question. So, enough about echo, enough about all of this. We head to formation lap. Now, let's get all the stuff up here. Let's do interview. Let's do tires. Yes. Telemetry enabled. Give me that. Lovely. Okay. So, let's talk Sam Ross. He set an amazing qualifying lap, 0.3 quicker than the rest. Well, than Chesney really, but he is on pole, on debut. So what can the Williams do from the front position? Now, the Haas of Chesney behind could get a slipstream, could cause a collision. Anything can happen around Saudi Arabia, and it could cause the Williams to retire. But then you have the Formula 2 world champion of itzyaboiialfie in P3, and I'm sure now that he is a world champion, he has a lot of expectations on him to perform at a high level. So will itzyaboiialfie be able to win this race and pretty much guarantee a seat on F1, even if it's already guaranteed? You have York in P4, and just couldn't stick the correct lap in qualifying, just couldn't get close enough for a pole. You have P5 Scotty Boy invalidated, I think, too many times, and Gabby seemed to be on it and could potentially have a decent result here. Then you've got Matt Cohen, the McLaren, Ido in the Alpine, P9 Smoke, P10 I'm Dom, P11 Ozaswaza and HD, but they've been sent back to track 5 meters behind. O'Delaney in P13, Spongestar P14, Jono P15, and P16 is you, Mr. K1A13M.
I don't know how I ever got here, but maybe I just got to.
Listen, we got some special commentator racing.
I have no idea what is happening, guys. I'm sorry about this. I don't know how this ended up, but
it's fine. It's fine. The Red Bull doesn't exist. The Red Bull doesn't exist. So
but then I never existed.
The final man comes to the track.
I just have to take control and retire.
Everyone in neutral, getting ready for the lights. 5 red lights. The lights go out. Oh, come on, man. The lights go out, and it's pedal to the metal for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, and a lot of movement out in the midfield, and everyone's jumbling up into the first corner. We've already got an incident, and that's the Aston Martin into the spin, as well as the Alfa Romeo, and chaos already unfolding here in F2, and the Mercedes of HD struggling after a nice squeeze from Gabby. And absolute chaos already unfolding. There's the Mercedes of HD down in P15, and K1 has retired.
The disqualified, actually.
Alright, fair enough. So there's the Mercedes of York getting closer to itzyaboiialfie. Great start from itzyaboiialfie, already getting from P3 to P2. That is a world champion move right there. There's Gabby making a bit of movement with the McLaren behind, and there seems to be a big fight down in the lower mid-pack. So let's watch this fight for a little bit. There's O'Delaney going wheel to wheel with the McLaren, and wow, great fighting from these drivers.
Michael also was battling with Alfa Romeo. Sad to see him that he actually won, but yeah, not good from him.
Yeah, and there's the Alfa Romeo of Gabby getting precariously close to that Red Bull of O'Delaney, getting wheel to wheel but backs off to avoid collision. There seems to be big sparks from that Aston, but now we go wheel to wheel. P5 and P4 of Haas and Alfa Romeo, they're gonna go wheel to wheel. Now the Alfa Romeo of Scotty Boy gets past with ERS activated. What a move from the Haas, but is the Haas gonna be able to get the move back into the first corner? No, cannot get it done. And there's Kia in chat saying hello, and we say hello to you too, Kia. Ozaswaza, Aston Martin, P6, not much happening there, but what is happening is down in the lower mid-pack again, a bit of fighting from the Aston Martin of I'm Dom and O'Delaney, and they are constantly giving back positions and get squeezed. Oh, and there's Alpine! Ido's been hit and has been spun.
Oh man, that's such a very chaotic race so far. I can't believe this is all happening, but
Yeah, welcome to the streets of Jeddah. Welcome to Saudi Arabia. Chaos is the front page of the magazine. Sam Ross has now created a 2.6 second gap to the rest of the field, and HDBW now gets a 3-second time penalty for quadding a corner.
Haas of Sport Star lost it and got damaged. I don't know what's happened there, but he's trying to give up to the
Yeah, I can see, yeah, he has some type of end plate damage. No, he has no front wing at all. And that sees Matko in the McLaren get past him with absolute ease. And a bit more fighting because the Alpha Tauri of Smoke Wisp has also had some type of collision or spin. And in the first 2 laps, we have had absolute chaos here in the streets of Jeddah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Formula 2, and there's another spin from the McLaren, and absolute chaos is unfolding. Jono falls down to P10, and now into P11, and now into P12.
Oh man, it's definitely chaotic race, and John comes down to the pits. Obviously, he has no front wings at all,
Yep.
so he's coming in for the new front wings. Probably gonna go on medium tires.
So what tire is he going on? Yeah, he is going on the medium tires. A nice little pit stop there, but it's about that front wing that's costing him all that time. Eventually that green light goes and he can go again. Gabby gets spun, and Gabby has had some type of spun or collision with a driver, and that's his Smoke Wisp, who had an earlier collision, now get past the Alfa Romeo of Gabby, and this has not gone well for the Alfa Romeo Constructors Championship. And there's Alpha Tauri trying to get as much grip into the corner. Ozza Swazza gets a 3-second time penalty now, and the time penalties are starting to stack, and the collisions are getting more common. Ladies and gentlemen, we are really starting to see some Jeddah racing here in Formula 2.
And look at this battle between Alfa Romeo and Mercedes. They're wheel to wheel. Like Haas literally got
Yeah,
the foot of.
there's Chesney of the Haas getting a decent slipstream. He's going to get DRS, and I think we're seeing our first DRS train. Sorry for interrupting.
Yeah, that's for sure. And Scott Boy is closing in. Probably no, not quite. But yep, he's probably going to get lots of dirty air. Probably going to lose the time as well. So. And has less battery, so he might not make it compared to others. As Chesney gets off 71% of battery, has enough to push ahead to the front of the pack. So yeah, as you can see, Mercedes and Ferrari battling out against each other.
Yep. And there's the Alfa Romeo of Scotty Boy getting a 3-second time penalty. Obviously not good for him either. Now Spongestar getting a 5-second time penalty. Chesney also getting closer to the pack, like you said earlier. And York with ERS activated. Is he going to make the move on the Ferrari? He's already bumped rears with them. Potential damage to that front wing. We're seeing a lot of movement down in the rear of the pack. So what's happened here? And that's Gabby having some type of collision or spin again. And a bit of fighting with the Red Bull and Alpha Tauri. The sister teams fighting away. And is the Alpha Tauri of Smoke Wisp gonna be able to get the position back? He's got more grip, he's using more ERS, but he has to back off to make sure he does not collide anymore. But he does have to go over the track and does continue with that penalty. Or is that, no, it's O'Delaney with the penalty. So the Red Bull and I guess Alpha Tauri scrapping away there. And if we go back, we can see the Mercedes has now dropped down to P4.
As Haas of the Disney race is getting wheel with the Ferrari and goes ahead of itzyaboiialfie, the actual champion, and manages to get ahead. What a fantastic move from him. And what was happening in the back? Yep, as Scott kind of collided into the wall there. Not sure. Oh, I collided with again.
And there's the McLaren of Jono down in P13 fighting with Gabby in P12, getting DRS, potentially fighting away. And yes, move is made down the inside, well, even before down the inside. And there is a huge echo, I understand, Kia, but there is not much we can do at this time. Unfortunately, K1 cannot fix his audio, so apologies from both ends. I wish we could improve audio quality. Anyway, Matko in the McLaren. seems to be in kind of the man in the middle right now, not fighting anyone, not getting threatened by anyone, just simple cruising from him. I'm sure it's kind of getting boring and lonely there. And it seems the AlphaTauri of Smokewisp is just trying to catch up to the Red Bull. Right now, a close little fight I'm seeing is the Mercedes of York and itzyaboiialfie. Delaney gets another penalty, and that's only going to stack up to the ones he's already acquired. So, the only man, or there's only two people who have had to come into the pits, and that's HD and SpongeStar. So, for Saudi Arabia, we've seen a lack of VSCs, a lack of safety cars, but we have definitely not seen a lack of chaos. Chesney now sets the fastest lap, potentially getting closer to that Williams of Sam Ross, potentially taking the lead of the race. He's taken fastest lap. What else can he take from that Williams? itzyaboiialfie, though, the world champion for Formula 2, is also starting to gain on the Haas, and we cannot say anything different for the Mercedes. Or, yeah, no, getting closer, and it seems that the Mercedes is benefiting in more downforce corners. As we say, that goes wide. There's the Aston Martin of I'm Dom going into the nice winding corner. Make sure to keep it as close as possible. You can then extend it outwards, and it seems I'm Dom, a man who used to be a championship contender, now kind of just in the middle ground, and not much that he can really do at this time except just drive. And it seems at this point it starts to get a slightly more stale. It seems everyone's starting to split apart more now, and now it's a question of strategy than fighting. We say that, but now look at York and the Mercedes getting closer with the Ferrari, the Ferrari of itzyaboiialfie, and maybe the Formula 2 champion is in danger. But is looked like the Formula 2 champion was going into the pits, but no. There's a yellow flag in Sector 2, and that is an Alfa Romeo, and it's Gabby, and Gabby's retired. Can we get some type of camera on it there, maybe around here somewhere? And apparently we've already gone past it, but it's happened there. And it seems, Gabby has DNF from that area, and that has not gone well. Delaney once again fighting with Smokewisp. Are we finally going to see a VSC or safety car? And it seems the stewards are not very strict around here, and once again AlphaTauri has to give position back to the Red Bull. But it seems to be another yellow flag. Is the Mercedes? Is the Mercedes of York? No, it isn't. Wait. Is the Mercedes of HD, of course, down in P15. And this has not gone well. Down specifically in P15 now, after getting past what seemed to be a ghost, it seems. So not great scenes from HD. Now we see the Haas of SpongeStar. And unfortunately quite boring races. That and Aston Martin, who's had some type of collision with the barrier, and it seems to be Swazza because he's going particularly slow compared to the Alpine behind. So what can the Alpine do to catch up to the Aston Martin, who's made contact recently? Blue flags. So if I'm not wrong, that would be maybe the Alpine blue flagging the Aston. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't seem like it. So somehow there's blue flags up on those boards. I'm still trying to figure out who would be blue flagging who. But if we're already getting blue flags on lap 8, then this race has really already fallen into chaos. Oh, blue flags for HB, and we just saw a reset to track. And would that be counted, or would that be investigated by the FIA? And the AlphaTauri Smokewisp has had some type of contact with the Red Bull of Delaney. Delaney into the pits, AlphaTauri also into the pits. Delaney only has to fit tyres. Same for Smokewisp, or potentially not. Yeah, they have to switch front wing, and that may not be good from the from the AlphaTauri, who had to reset to track. We have another yellow flag for an Aston Martin, and this time the Aston Martin's not coming back. Swazza is out of the section, and this time there's a safety car out on track. I'm sorry if my commentary was getting jumbled. So much action was happening. I couldn't keep track. But now, things are starting to cool down. Things start to get reset and things go back to 0. Ozaswaza now leaves the session. HDBW with a 3-second time penalty. Of course, P14 has been blue flagged. 59 seconds off the pace. And you have to respect that he hasn't just left. But it is not looking good for him. And there's Sam Ross, your race leader, into the pits. And it wouldn't be surprising if Chesney, itzyaboiialfie, and it seems the whole grid is going to follow behind. This would be the correct strategy, no matter how you look at it. And it is the Mercedes going on hard compounds. Same for the Ferrari, same for the Haas, and same for the Williams. Scotty Boy still hasn't boxed. He's going to take the lead, but this is not going to go well strategy-wise for the Alfa Romeo, because that pack is going to catch up real quick, and it's not going to look good for the Alfa Romeo. He's probably going to have to box next lap, or he's going to suffer consequences far worse than just... I mean, I can't really even put it into words. He's messed up the strategy, is how I'd put it. Anyway, Sam Ross virtually in P1, Chesney P2, virtually P3 is itzyaboiialfie, and it seems everyone who has boxed is virtually going to be up a position. K1 has left the party. Sorry for that random black box that has randomly pulled up on the screen. It's just if notifications pop up. And is the Haas of SpongeStar going to get past? Yes, he will. Oh, but will he into the corner? And yeah, great move from SpongeStar on the hards for only 5 laps, so potentially a good strategy move here. And hello Jono, who's been ghosted, and how's that worked out? Well, Jono's had to give back position, so obviously not worked out in the McLaren's favour. O'Delaney, who had contact with the AlphaTauri, made him spin, and then the AlphaTauri potentially made an illegal back to track little option there. Is down in P12 on fresh mediums, and as you can see, obviously made the bad decision by staying out, and now has faced the consequences by having to face the bad strategy. And there's HB, who, if I'm not wrong, may need to unlap themselves, or unless he's now already unlapped. No, a minute 27 down, he definitely needs to unlap himself. Scotty Boy currently leads the pack, so let's see. Scotty Boy comes into the pits. Wait a minute, Scotty Boy has come into the pits, and something must have happened. Is he going to have to serve front wing? What has happened? And Scotty Boy now also has... And what? Oh, of course. Wait, no, of course, of strategy, yes. What am I thinking? And Jenga Boy saying in the chat that HD cannot unlap himself because of game's mechanics, and of course, that is classic EA for you. So, Smoke Wisp and McLaren fighting away in the safety car. There's not much to talk about. When a safety car is out, you can only talk about present positions. I've led every lap, says Sam Ross. Well, virtually you've led every lap. Well, physically and virtually you have led every lap, but then you can also say that you weren't leading every lap because there were people in front of you, but it depends how you look at it. So, crises have been averted, crashes have been stopped, debris have been picked up, and now everything goes back to square zero. I would not be surprised if safety car comes in this lap, potentially not. Also, hello K1. Every race lap.
Jenga Boy, if you can, like, confirm if it's okay, please let me know.
I'm still hearing an echo. Like, not a huge echo, but I'm still hearing, like, a small one. Just here, let's see Josh's response first of all. And yeah, safety car in this lap. I apologize if commentary has not been up to standard. It is like 4 o'clock in the morning and F2 is absolute chaos. So hopefully you can just get what you get. So, it is a safety car restart for the Williams of Sam Ross. We're going to go to Chesney here and see if the Haas can get a decent getaway. It seems he's pushed the pedal, and it's going to be green flag running as soon as he goes over that timing line. And it seems the Williams has gotten a decent getaway, and it's going to be enough to pull away from the Haas into the braking zone, and it is done very well, the Williams. And now we see a bit of fighting down in the mid-pack, and as you can see, the Alfa Romeo making up a couple of positions, but then you see Smoke Wisp into a big fight going wheel-to-wheel with the McLaren, and wow, what a fight down in the lower midfield. And here's why you never want to go three-wheel or any type of big fight, because that happens. A spin for Matco hits the barrier, and that has not gone well for the McLaren. Let's go back up to the front, where Sam Ross once again has led every single race lap. Fresh hards not having any issue for the Williams. There's Chesney in the Haas, 1 second off, and it seems Sam Ross has just shown what type of pace he really has in Formula 2, and this could be really exciting. Last couple of races, there's your Formula 2 world champion, currently in P3, 3/10 off the Haas. Right now it's looking pretty good for Sam Ross, but can the Ferrari of itzyaboiialfie clutch it and come back? If we come down there, you can see York in the Mercedes, 1/10 his I'm Dom going to be able to make the move. It's going to get squeezy, it's going to get tight, he's going to send it down the inside. Move is made, but is the Mercedes the one going to get DRS? Rear wing doesn't open. Oh wait, of course, safety car, so no DRS. Simple ERS though is going to see Mercedes fight back, and the Aston's going to squeeze him. And now, looking for potentially more grip, Mercedes has to give up that position, and HD has retired, and the lapped car of HD was not going to move up any position. So it is unfortunate from the Mercedes, but it was almost a matter of time before something happened. Oh, and that Smoke Wisp having another spin in the AlphaTauri on those fresh soft compounds as well. And in a track like Jeddah on high degradation, maybe that wasn't the smart choice. Hitting the barrier as he starts going again. That has not gone well. This Grand Prix has not gone well for Smoke Wisp. So, back up to the front. A very cruisy race for the Williams. 1 second gap. Not had any issues with strategy. I mean, I say that, but is that a penalty over Sam Ross's name? Hold up. Sam Ross has a penalty, which means Chesney virtually is currently P1, and now, ladies and gentlemen, as I have now seen come to light, Sam Ross has now got a huge road bump in his path, stopping him from winning this race. So now the Williams has a goal in mind, and that is to create a gap necessary, but it seems the Haas might have a bit more juice in the tank. No, potential, quite even ERS from both drivers. There's itzyaboiialfie, who might be able to capitalize off the two drivers fighting away. Well, what I can say is the Haas of Chesney is getting dangerously close now. It's up to, I think it's up to top 7. We're all on the same compound, and we go down to the lower midfield. We can see yellow flags because Smoke Wisp has spun again, and it seems those tires are overheating. And is he going to come into the pits? Yes, he does, and it is unfortunate for the AlphaTauri as he comes into the pits. So there's Matco going around the first corner. Unfortunate for the AlphaTauri. Had some decent fights with the Red Bull earlier on. So now the Mercedes trying to get a decent slipstream from the Ferrari. What Ferrari? Sorry, I said Alfa Romeo. From the Alfa Romeo, and a potential move could be done with York. He was fighting up in the top 4, but now up into the top 6. All on the same amount of hard. So unfortunate for the Mercedes, but maybe it's a comeback story in the making. Using ERS in different sections. itzyaboiialfie has been squeezed by I'm Dom, and I'm Dom does not need to give position back on that occasion. So how will that look in the books of the FIA? Because here comes the Ferrari of itzyaboiialfie around the outside, and what type of move can the Ferrari make? trying to gain as much time as possible, and that Aston is trying to squeeze him into the pit lane. I'm Dom, battling very hard with his previous championship rival, now made champion, itzyaboiialfie, and that was maybe too much of a squeeze from the Aston Martin. There's a bit more fighting down in the lower midfield. Jono and O'Delaney in the Red Bull and McLaren fighting away. Decent wheel-to-wheel action, rears bumping as well into that corner, and yes, the McLaren does spin, rear wing damage possibly on that car, and Scotty Boy now has a 3-second time penalty, and this has not gone well. There's Sponge Star now fighting away with the McLaren of Jono, and this has been very chaotic in the last couple of races. Decent fighting, but then you also see some bad outcomes, spins, squeezing, anything that can get them in the lead of the race. Scotty Boy in the Alfa Romeo has retired, and there you go. He's had some type of incident hitting the barrier, and that is Scotty Boy out of the session. We're down to only 12 people, my apologies. 11 people, and that really is unfortunate, but it does happen here in Formula 1. It does happen in these tight circuits like Jeddah, and as you can see, Jono getting a really good slipstream on a ghosted Haas, which is going to simplify it for the McLaren. Around the outside, no issues, and makes the move stick. Doesn't get too jealous with that pedal, nice and clean, and it's now full throttle all the way to the next corner. Let's go down to the lower midfield. Closer to the higher lower midfield, I guess. You can see O'Delaney and the Red Bull. You get a nice little shot of a fight that could be in the making or already happened. And it seems they might be spreading apart potentially from 8 tenths up to 9 tenths. And it seems that gap is starting to increase a bit more. Then if you have a look, you can see Chesney and the Haas trying to gain on the Williams of Sam Ross, because right now Chesney is your race winner. Because right now, Sam Ross is comfortably in the lead. 1.4 seconds up in the lead. He's comfortably just cruising through corners. But it's not going to be enough to win if there is a Haas virtually going to win this race because of time penalties. So unless the FIA make the decision to get rid of any penalties, or if Chesney picks up another penalty, Chesney's winning this race. If they can keep the gap to what it is, and it seems to be closing now, and Chesney's going to get DRS going into the next corner onto the straight. So can the Haas potentially make the move? Doesn't even need to do it virtually, and I'm sure the Williams is going to drain the ERS out of its life. Crosses the line 6 tenths, and definitely using up a lot of ERS, potentially 30% there, and the Haas of Chesney just can't get close enough to the Williams to secure a move, but doesn't need to secure a move to win this race. We're seeing a lack of action around the rest of the pack. We say that, but then have a look at the Alpine of Ido on very tight there, very close into the corner, just maybe considering a move. And there's I'm Dom with a penalty. He's created a third. And there's Luvid Salmon in the chat saying hi. Hello, Luvid Salmon. Welcome to Formula 2, House of Racing, the Jeddah Street Circuit, Saudi Arabian GP. How's the race been? Chaotic is the best way to put it. And speaking of chaos, we could be seeing a bit more chaos, because Chesney could be getting close to the Williams of Sam Ross again, and this time it could be a move stuck on the fridge, place it there, lick the stamp and send it type of move. But no, Haas just can't get close enough. Maybe with that DRS they can finally close it in, but it seems Sam doing actually quite well with saving ERS, just seems to have too much pace for the Haas around the final corner. If Haas can nail this corner, it could be decent, but it seems Williams just do better, and Chesney is looking comfortably in P2 for now. Well, P1 virtually, but P2 physically on track. And I'm Dom, who's picked up multiple penalties, it seems, now in P3, and itzyaboiialfie will definitely be taking back that podium position. So your Formula 2 world champion maybe having a bit of a comeback story onto the podium, and as we can see, a bit more fighting from the Mercedes and Alpine, and it seems to be O'Delaney potentially wanting to join this little into a three-way fight, And Sam Ross picks up another 3-second time penalty. Would I'm Dom? Yes, I'm Dom would be up into P3. You know what? Let's have a look at the penalties here, because it seems for this track, penalties seem to be the main thing we'll be looking at. itzyaboiialfie, who's been clean for this entire race, currently 2.7 off I'm Dom. But right now, I'm Dom's going to move up into P2, Chesney up into P1, and itzyaboiialfie up into P3, and Sam Ross is going to fall all the way down, what, P4, P5? And this has not gone well for Sam Ross, who's done so well as a driver to fall down all those positions. It has not gone well for the Williams, and I think that's the Williams also getting overtaken by the Haas. Yes, it is, but Williams is going to get DRS on the main straight here in Saudi Arabia. Is he going to be able to make the move back? Tries to make the move, go down the inside, no, can't make it stick, and now tries a potential another move, and no, Sam Ross might be stuck losing more than what he wanted to lose in positions, and this has gone horribly for the Williams. For number 7, Sam Ross is at a big disadvantage. We have a yellow flag, and that is Jono out. We fall down to 10 drivers left, and that is Jono out, and maybe we can see it through Matco, and that is a full safety car. That is the second safety car of this session. There it is. You can see the McLaren probably losing traction into the wall, and there you can see Matco has made the decision into the pits. He must go. E-I-E-I-E-I-O. There's Smoke Wisp in the AlphaTauri. What would Smoke Wisp be thinking in this situation? Potentially going into the pits, or potentially getting an overcut on the McLaren. And it's going to be tough thinking, and he thinks it's time to box. Box, 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 like the Red Bull engineer in the Malaysian Grand Prix in 2012. And as you can see, itzyaboiialfie, currently in P4, now sees that I'm Dom has a 3-second time penalty, Sam Ross has a 6-second time penalty, and now itzyaboiialfie might be smelling blood on the horizon. He comes into the pits, and I'm guessing with the laps remaining, a potential soft or medium compound. So let's head back over to tyres now, and as you can see, a lot of people on hard compounds. Are they going to switch to the soft compounds? Yes, they are, and that's going to be the same for Sam Ross, Chesney, and I just realized Sam Ross is serving his penalty because none of them seem to have... Oh, that seems to not be true. It seems the pit telemetry just took over that little time penalty logo. So no, they still have penalties on them. itzyaboiialfie now falls down to P6, but on fresh soft compounds ahead of Chesney. And please also consider Sam Ross has a 6-second time penalty. So there is a lot to consider. There is a lot going on. And honestly, it's expected because it's Saudi Arabia, it's Formula 2, and it's Jeddah. And I cannot wait to co-commentate with Ryan, because I'm sure it's just going to be even more chaotic. As you can see, O'Delaney now going through some of the tight swooping corners. And the Red Bull is also on fresh, soft compounds for the last remaining couple of laps, my apologies on that behalf. Smoke Wisp comes around the final corner, obviously quite far behind compared to the rest of the grid, hasn't gotten lapped on fresh soft compounds, so maybe that's a blessing in disguise for the AlphaTauri. As you can see, Sam Ross physically has been leading, then got overtaken by the Haas of Chesney. Edo and York both on hard compounds, and Dom on fresh mediums, which is an interesting call from Aston Martin. who haven't boxed, well, I'm Dom did, but Ito and York haven't boxed. Is this a benefit for the Alpine and for the Mercedes, or is it a real pain in the ass for the two drivers? As you can see, there's the Williams covering off the final corner to let all other drivers follow behind like a nice big train. And you have Alpine. How will this work out for them? Because as you can see, Sam Ross on those fresh soft compounds, and if you really think about it, Alpine and Mercedes could slow down the rest of the pack, so maybe Sam Ross's hope of winning this race might not be over, but he highly relies on the Alpine and Mercedes behind him to get the job done for him. And in Formula One, it's a 1 versus 1 man. It's man versus all, really. It's who can get the most out of one situation. It's a free-for-all, is the word I was looking for. And you can team up, but eventually you will always backstab that person. You will always fight for your own glory. And Sam Ross, if he wants that glory, if he wants the money and the trophy and the champagne, he needs to dig deep. He needs to think about warming those soft compounds like he's doing. He needs to really consider all his options, and if he still has the opportunity to win this race. And the AlphaTauri getting closer. How many second penalties do they have? We can have a look now. I already have an idea. So as you can see, O'Delaney with a 17-second penalty. So he'll still stay behind. He'll still stay ahead of Smokewisp if Smokewisp doesn't catch the safety car cue, but he's getting closer and closer every single lap. But every single lap is another countdown for how long the safety car is going to be out for. So an 8-second time penalty for the Haas of Spongestar, so he's going to move down multiple positions. And then you also have to consider the 3-second time penalty by I'm Dom, and the 6-second time penalty by your race leader for most of this race, the Williams of Sam Ross. And I'm sure Sam Ross would be disappointed. I'm sure he got pole by a decent stretch. He came into the race thinking, you know what, I could win this. I have the opportunity to see that checkered flag first. And after 20 laps of racing, after multiple penalties and corner cuts, it has not gone the way of the Williams. So Sam Ross goes through the first couple of corners. We're going to have another lap of safety cars, which just makes this racing league so fun. I must say, honestly, my favorite time to commentate is when there's a safety car out. I cannot lie. So, I'm Dom in P4 with a 3-second time penalty. Behind York, P2 is Alpine, P1 for now is Sam Ross, P5 is Chesney, P6 your Formula 2 world champion itzyaboiialfie, P7 is Spongestar, P8 is O'Delaney, P9 is Matco, and P10 is Smokewisp. And I just want to let everyone know that mathematically itzyaboiialfie is world champion. But if you didn't think he was world champion, in these current positions, especially with the 3-second time penalty, it is absolutely confirmed, no matter how you look at it, as itzyaboiialfie as the Formula 2 world champion, no matter how you look at it. And Spongestar with an 8-second time penalty, followed with O'Delaney with a 17-second time penalty, 30 seconds, and he immediately gets disqualified by the FIA in-game. So, do we have to suffer another lap of safety car action, or are we finally going to get some more racing action finally? And yes, Race Control have given our answer. Sam Ross will need more than a miracle to win this race. Ito and York using the hard compounds that are probably a bit old now. We're going to switch back to tyres. 12 lap old tyres compared to 2 lap old softs. And is the Williams leaving early? Yes, he is leaving really early and hits the barrier on the exit. Is that going to affect him? No, it isn't, because the grip of the softs is so much better compared to the Alpine, and he's already nearly 1.1 seconds away, and potentially Ito can catch back up, but I'm not sure. And that's York there making a huge jump in moves, but it gets a 3-second time penalty in the move there, and that's I'm Dom also with a 3-second time penalty, and that's the Mercedes. York gets hit by the Aston Martin of I'm Dom, and he's now doing donuts trying to recover the car, and this has gone catastrophically wrong for the Mercedes late game here at Jeddah. And Sam Ross on asphalt, on ground, physically is leading, but virtually Ito just still in P1, and we thought maybe it was Chesney who was going to be in P1, and it seems absolute chaos is unfolding, and maybe it isn't going to be Ito because he's just had a spin or some type of collision, putting him down into P9, and absolute chaos with 3 laps remaining, including this one. So, Spongester, he's got a penalty, 18 lap old hards, and I think the hard drivers have seen the issue that they now face. So right now, ladies and gentlemen, right now, at this second, there's a Mercedes, and York is actually out of the race now. There's no coming back for York, no point scoring today. And that's Spongester. Oh no. Is it? No. We're gonna have a 1-lap safety car, and because of the Mercedes retiring, York retiring, we have another safety car. So we've had 1, 2, 3. If I'm not wrong, that makes it 4 safety cars. Otherwise, it's 3 safety cars, and chaos really has unfolded. Ito puts on some fresh soft compounds here for Jeddah, here for 2 laps, including this one. I have never seen such a race like this in my life, ladies and gentlemen. My commentary sure has been a bit messy. Can you show seconds, penalties? Alrighty. So, here's what we're dealing with. Sam Ross. So let's break it down for all of the spectators who are currently watching this race. So, Sam Ross with a 9-second time penalty. I'm Dom with a 3-second time penalty. I'm Dom, if we just look at these two, will virtually switch over, and I'm Dom will become P1. But because of Chesney will go into... Actually, no, if we consider this... Hold up, wait a minute. Chesney isn't in the 3-second gap, but because of safety car... Oh, this is really tough to consider. There's I'm Dom, who takes the lead. Sam Ross now comes into the pit, so that's it. Sam Ross is done for now. itzyaboiialfie, the Formula 2 world champion, up into P3. And so right now, if the current drivers can make it up to the safety car, are we going to finish under safety car? Are we about to see a Formula 1 glitch where we finish under safety car conditions? Because right now, this has to be the most convoluted, confusing Formula 2 House of Racing race I have ever been able to commentate. It's gonna be, like Josh has said, a 1-lap shootout. Welcome to the Wild West. Welcome to the Middle East. It's gonna be 1 lap of racing. I'm Dom, 3-second time penalty. Chesney, P2, and itzyaboiialfie, P3. Can the Formula 2 world champion get past Chesney and pick up the win? Will Chesney be able to pull away from the Ferrari and secure the win for Haas, getting the second Haas win in Formula 2? Red Bull behind with a 17-second penalty. That's it. The people behind, it's done for. It comes down to a 3-way lap shootout. People will go up, but it's between these three. And you know what? We could be seeing a real close fight. Itzyaboiialfie gets a... What are we going to be witnessing here? Itzyaboiialfie gets a good slipstream down the inside. Contact might be made here around the outside. Obviously have to do that type of switchback. Plus ERS. Oh! Contact's made! Contact is made. Chesney falls down multiple positions. Who's at fault there? Was it Itzyaboiialfie? Was it Chesney for squeezing the Ferrari? Chaos on the final lap. Chaos unfolding here in Jeddah, here in Saudi Arabia, here in Formula 2. And if you thought it was over, you were wrongly mistaken, my friend. A one-lap shootout ending in blood, ending in absolute chaos. But for one man, for I'm Dom, he tried his best. He got P1, but there's nothing he can do with that 3-second time penalty. And the Ferrari is gaining. Well, gaining virtually, really. Itzyaboiialfie, last race, secured himself as the Formula 2 World Champion. He's gonna pick up his third race win of the season, and it's gonna be the Ferrari of Itzyaboiialfie who wins the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. But has he won it officially? The FIA will have to have a look at that. What chaos has unfolded here in Jeddah. I'm Dom picks up the driver of the day, but really it's going to come down to a vote in Discord. No words to describe what I have just commented. There you have your Ferrari walking out to the podium, and if you think he wasn't champion, he's definitely champion now. No words to describe it. Lifts the trophy. Itzyaboiialfie on top again. For now. We'll have to see what the FIA have to say, but on my behalf, that was Haas's fault. Squeezes the Ferrari. There's nowhere the Ferrari can go. And sprays the bubbly. And you know what? We can't really celebrate this podium because we're still on edge. We are still on edge, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know if Itzyaboiialfie has won the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Will it end up actually being I'm Dom? Because if Itzyaboiialfie gets a 5-second time penalty, I'm Dom wins this race, which is redemption for him losing the championship. So after everything that's happened, after every collision, every crash, every time penalty, every strategy, every safety car, these are the final standings, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. Wow. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I apologize, first of all, for the lack of good communication, the lack of good commentary work. It is currently 4:44 in the morning. And you know what? even though it is that early in the morning, I'm not even angry I commentated, because I loved every second of it, even though it was absolute chaos and half of it was impossible to understand because of the amount of crashes and spins that was happening at one time. I loved it, and I would do it again and again and again. So thank you very much, and guess what, you're gonna see me again next week. I will see you next Friday at the same time, 3:30 in the morning, but 7:30 p.m. GMT for the people who want to know time zones. It's been your boy, Jamie Perry, but once again you can just call me Helix, or Helix Leafy, or Leafy, whatever. It has been an honor. Once again, adios, cheers, and goodbye. Thank you.